Hello, and welcome back to our series called Crowned. My name is Todd, and I'm so excited to share with you all today. I have something hard that I need to share with you. Do you know that the two hardest things to say are I'm sorry, I was wrong, and Worcestershire, you know what I'm saying. Well, today we are going to explore someone who was great, but made big mistakes. So last week we talked about the first king. His name was Saul. He was picked because he was tall and strong. But we soon found out that he was not a great king and probably not how we should choose our rulers. Then we talked about King David, who was not big or strong or old enough, but God clearly picked him for his heart. Then David went on to slay the great giant Goliath and cut off his head to prove a point. Seriously, go read it. It's amazing. But here's the thing, David, and as awesome as he was, still made big mistakes. Power and control got to David during his success on the throne. And one day from his balcony, he saw a beautiful woman and he wanted her. But friends, please, don't ever pursue a partner this way. It's really creepy. Anyways, here's what it says in the Bible while everyone was off at the war for David in 2 Samuel 11. One evening, David got up from his bed and walked around on the roof of the palace. From the roof, he saw a woman bathing. The woman was very beautiful, and David sent someone to find out about her. The man said, "She is Bathsheba, the daughter of Eliam and the wife of Uriah the Hittite." Then David sent messengers to get her. She came to him, and he slept with her. Then she went back home. The woman conceived and sent word to David, saying, "I am pregnant." Oh no, David slept with a soldier's wife while he was away at war, and she became pregnant? Not cool, David, not cool. The story goes on to get even worse. Have you ever done that? You do something pretty bad, and instead of owning up to it right away, you go on to make it worse. I remember when I was young being home from school one day because it was so hot that school was closed. So my sister and I were at home. She was annoying me all day, so I might have hit her. Not cool, Todd. She was going to call my mom and tattle. So instead of owning up and apologizing, I pushed her outside and locked the door so she couldn't get in and call mom. I know, I had some anger issues when I was young. God can even make good people out of angry teenage Todd. Needless to say, that didn't help things, and I got in big trouble. The words she said sounded something like this: "She could have died," came out of my mom's mouth. But, it was 100 outside, but death was probably an exaggeration. Anyways, back to the story. David made it a lot worse. He ordered Bathsheba's husband to go to the front lines of battle to die and wash away all the trouble that he had caused. Well, word traveled, God convicts David, and finally David feels really terrible about the whole thing. And here's what made David different than the selfish King Saul that came before him. David repents. Repents is a fancy word for asking forgiveness and saying that he was wrong. Here's what it says in the Bible. Psalm 51, for the director of music, a song by David. When the prophet Nathan came to David, after David committed adultery with Bathsheba, this is what David said: "Have mercy on me, O God, according to your unfailing love. According to your great compassion, blot out my transgressions. Wash away all my iniquity and cleanse me of my sin." It goes on to say a lot more, and it's beautiful. You see, David was a musician and a poet as well. Read through the book of Psalms and you will hear his words asking for forgiveness, pleading for help in hard times, and giving God praise in good times. David is a great example to us of what it looks like to be human that messes up, but wholeheartedly seeks God for forgiveness and redemption. Friends, we will mess up. It's going to happen. But how do we respond? Let's go to God, ask for help, seek forgiveness, and offer it to others. May we seek our God that loves us and wants us to draw near in good times and in bad. Amen.